Express our yz in terms of velocity gradients. A our yz frac partial v partial z frac partial w partial y. B our yz frac partial u partial z frac partial u partial y. C our yz frac partial v partial x frac partial w partial x. D our yz frac partial w partial z frac partial v partial y. The correct answer is our yz frac partial v partial z frac partial w partial y. Which of the stress tensors from the diagram is represented by xy? A3, B2, C1, D4. The correct answer is 3. What do the two subscripts of stress tensors represent? A. Directions of stress and strain. B. Directions of stress and normal to the surface on which they are acting. C. Directions of strain and normal to the surface on which they are acting. D. Direction of stress and the flow direction. The correct answer is directions of stress and normal to the surface on which they are acting. Which among these forces used in momentum equation is a tensor? A. Gravitational forces. B. Pressure forces. C. Viscous forces. D. Electromagnetic forces. The correct answer is viscous forces. What are the two viscosity coefficients involved in the relationship between stress tensor and strain rate of fluids? A. Kinematic viscosity and bulk viscosity. B. Dynamic viscosity and kinematic viscosity. C. Dynamic viscosity and bulk viscosity. D. Kinematic viscosity and volume viscosity. The correct answer is dynamic viscosity and bulk viscosity. Viscous forces fall into which kind of the following forces acting on a body? A. Pressure force. B. Tensile force. C. Body forces. D. Surface forces. The correct answer is body forces. The divergence of the stress tensor is A. Scalar. B. Vector. C. 0. D. 1. The correct answer is vector. What is the relationship between bulk viscosity coefficient and the dynamic viscosity coefficient? A. Frac 2nd March 1923. B. Frac 2nd March 1923. C. Frac 1st March 2013. D. Frac 1st February 2012. The correct answer is Frac 2nd March 1923.